In my video on The Adventures of Robin Hood by Roger Lancelin Green, I said that I may continue next onto another Robin Hood classic. This is Henry Gilbert. I found this on Book Street the other day, which is where they sell used books here in Saigon. Just happened to stumble upon it and thought, okay, another classic Robin Hood book. Maybe I'll just stay on this classic Robin Hood kick. And why not, huh? Now, there are advantages and disadvantages to reading two Robin Hood books in a row. One advantage is this will be fresh in my memory, so I'll be able to compare these two books much better than if I wait a couple years. The other big reason for continuing now is I know myself well enough to know that if I pause on this Robin Hood project, if I say, oh, I'll read a few other things and I'll come back to this eventually, then I'll probably never ever come back to this. If I'm going to read it, I'm going to read it now. And I've decided that why not? Why not make a project out of reading the classic Robin Hood books, at least the ones that I happen to get my hands on? So with the book by Roger Lancelin Green here, and the book by Howard Pyle that I reviewed on this channel 3 years ago. This is now the third classic Robin Hood book. This is by Henry Gilbert, who I had never heard of before, but according to Wikipedia was a British author around the turn of the century. This Robin Hood book was written in 1912. It had, according to Wikipedia, it had a longer name originally. It wasn't just called Robin Hood, it was called like something longer. But it's called Robin Hood here. I've already read the first few pages, and it's well written and very readable and flows nicely. So this will hopefully be a pleasant read. Now, this will mean that I'm just going to have to go through some of the same exact stories that I just finished, retold in a slightly different way, but the same stories nonetheless. But it'll be interesting to see how a different author handles them differently. His choice of words, his prose style, what he chooses to focus on. That could be an interesting exercise in comparison and contrast. So, yes, at any rate, I am going to continue with this Robin Hood project, and I am going to go on with this book next.